Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Kyle Snyder once again, aka Clipton, and here are my picks for Week 6 of the 2012 NFL season. Our Thursday night game is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one. And both of these teams are struggling to get wins this season, but I believe Pittsburgh's going to pull it off despite the injuries that they have on defense, despite the fact that Troy Polamalu and Lamar Woodley are going to be out, but nevertheless, the Steelers are going to have enough weapons to defeat the Tennessee Titans. And then we go to our Sunday games. First up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game could go either way. Both of these teams have only one win, but in the end, I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to pull it off in the end and somehow, but who can say? Anything can happen between these two teams. They're both amongst the worst teams as far as win-loss records are concerned this season, but I think the Bucs are going to win because they seem to be slightly better than the Chiefs. Alright, next up we got the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. Now, normally I would go with the New York Jets on this one. However, since they have suffered some key injuries in the past few weeks, Darrelle Revis, Antonio Holmes, I believe Dustin Keller is going to be out as well. I gotta go with the Indianapolis Colts on this one. They recently beat the Green Bay Packers, and that's gotta be a huge momentum boost for the Indianapolis Colts. So the Colts are gonna be my pick. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. And I know a few weeks ago I said that the Cleveland Browns would beat the Cincinnati Bengals on their second game of the season, but I no longer believe that. The Cleveland Browns, it's like they're a joke of a team from what I've seen. Come on. It's like they got a horrible coaching staff. They've got an already old quarterback who's, only got 10 years at best for his NFL career. They have no receivers who can catch the ball. It's like, I think the Cleveland Browns are going to go 0-16 this season. So the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be my pick. The Cleveland Browns, they've really got to improve in all areas. Most importantly, their receivers. Alright, next up we got the Detroit Lions versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, both of these teams have been having a lot of issues in the past. Obviously, the Detroit Lions, they've been struggling on special teams. The Philadelphia Eagles, they've been struggling on turnovers. They've been turning the ball over so many times, but I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to barely pull this one off. They'll turn the ball over a lot of times, no doubt about it, but the Detroit Lions are going to struggle on special teams, and that's going to be the deciding factor of the game. So the Philadelphia Eagles are my pick. Next up, we got the Oakland Raiders versus the Atlanta Falcons. This one's a no-brainer. The Atlanta Falcons are once again going to remain undefeated. They are better on both sides of the ball than the Oakland Raiders. And plus, they're playing at home. And the Atlanta Falcons very rarely lose at home. So, the Atlanta Falcons are my pick. Next up, we got the St. Louis Rams versus the Miami Dolphins. And the St. Louis Rams, they're starting to show how good they are as far as defense is concerned. Their offense could use some work, but I have no doubt that their defense will be good enough to secure the victory over the Miami Dolphins. Because, the NFC West, it's pretty much starting to become any team's division. Even though the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals are on the top, anyone can take it at this point in the season. But the Rams, I believe, are going to defeat the Dolphins. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Baltimore Ravens. This one should be a no-brainer. The Dallas Cowboys have been struggling with turnovers a lot lately. And obviously, with the strong Baltimore defense, they're going to take advantage of that situation. it's going to be all defense for the Baltimore Ravens, and they're going to end up destroying the Dallas Cowboys. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. And this one, I believe the Arizona Cardinals are going to win. I mean, yes, they have displayed their weaknesses as far as their offensive line is concerned against the St. Louis Rams, but I believe against the Buffalo Bills, it's going to be an entirely different story. The Arizona Cardinals are my pick. The Buffalo Bills, they're going to have a very hard time in defeating the Arizona Cardinals, so I'm going with Arizona to win this one. Next up, we have the New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks do have two advantages in this game. One, they have a very strong defense, and two, they have home field advantage at the noisiest football arena in the NFL. So, obviously, the crowd noise is going to be a major factor in this game, but I believe the New England Patriots are going to win this one by a field goal. Obviously, it will be a close game, but the Patriots are barely going to pull it off. Next up, we got the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers, one of the most anticipated games of Week 6, a rematch of the NFC Championship game that took place in January. And this time, I believe the Niners are not going to make the same mistakes they made in special teams that they did during the NFC Championship game, and the Niners are going to pull it off. Obviously, this will be a close game, but I believe that the Niners have learned their lesson from the last time these two teams have faced, so the Niners are my pick. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Washington Redskins. Now, this one could go either way, but I've got to go with Minnesota on this one. Obviously, RG3 says he's going to play, but obviously with the concussion that he suffered against the Atlanta Falcons last week, I don't think he's going to be at 100%. And then, obviously, their backup quarterback, Kirk Cousins, I mean, it's too soon to tell what kind of a quarterback he is. I mean, his first pass in the NFL was a touchdown, but his very next one was an interception. So, yeah, hard to tell what's going to happen with the Redskins offense. As for the Minnesota Vikings offense, I mean, it's been pretty good this season. I mean, they've surprised me, so I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings to win this one. Next up, we got our Sunday night football game, the Green Bay Packers versus the Houston Texans. Obviously, these two teams have strong offenses, but the Houston Texans have the stronger defense, which is going to give them a huge advantage. I mean, yes, Brian Cushing's out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL, but they got plenty of other defensive weapons to help them repel the Green Bay offense. So the Houston Texans are my pick. They will be undefeated throughout this week, and I have no doubt that the Houston Texans are going to win their division and possibly get a first-round bye into the playoffs. And finally, we got our Monday night football game, the Denver Broncos versus the San Diego Chargers. It's going to be a hard-fought game between these two teams, but I believe the San Diego Chargers are going to win this one. That team has been one of the banes of Peyton Manning's existence. And obviously the Chargers are going to topple the Denver Broncos this first game. Obviously, I predict the Denver Broncos will overcome the San Diego Chargers the second game, but as far as this one is concerned, I believe the San Diego Chargers have the advantage in this one. So, those are my picks. Obviously, the teams with the bye weeks are the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chicago Bears, the New Orleans Saints, and who else? Oh, the Carolina Panthers. Those four teams have their bye week for Week 6, so they'll get some much-needed rest and time to plan out their strategies for Week 7. So those are my picks for Week 6. Hopefully I get all of them right, but as we all know, the NFL is the most unpredictable league in all of sports in the world. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.